It's the Infectious Groove Podcast, recorded at the 33 and 3rd Music Appreciation Center in Speakeasy, just outside of Detroit, Michigan. The Infectious Groove Podcast is your source for jammy jams, music news, and the best in-depth music discussion. Now here's your host.
Hey everybody, I am your host. This is Russ, and I have along with me, as always, Michelle and Kyle. How you guys doing?
Oh yeah, we're great. How are you?
We're doing absolutely wonderful. And do you know why that I'm doing wonderful?
Why are you doing so wonderful?
We have a special guest with us for the entire episode this time, which is amazing. You know him as the frontman of Yngwie Malmsteen's Rising Force. You know him as the lead singer of Talisman. You know him from when he fronted Journey. He's a solo artist. He's been with Trans-Siberian Orchestra for over a decade. He's 1/5 of the Sons of Apollo. We would ask our listeners at this time to stand up and shout for Jeff Scott Soto joining the show. Jeff. Oh, he did it!
All right, I had to fix my frames. I'm looking at my screen here, and I just realized they were completely out of whack. Rearranging my office, and I guess I'm just nudging things, and I can't let people see my unbalanced frames.
I felt so bad when we started. We're not even running video on this. Like, we're only using the video to see you right now. Like, this is going to be a podcast form. And as soon as I started talking, I was like, oh no, he's fixing his frames for no reason.
Well, we can see them.
Just in case. It's kind of the same thing. You make sure your zipper's up, right?
No matter what. Just for me and my incredible child that's inside me, one more time, stand up and shout for Jeff Scott Soto. Will you give it to me one more time?
No.
Damn.
Gotta pay for the next one, man.
Damn.
That's what they got Cameo for.
Damn. Well, you know what? I'll take the freebie for sure. So what's cool about this is we have Jeff along for the ride for this whole episode, which is really cool. The main discussion that we're going to get into later on is going to be the greatest and our favorite love songs of all time. And we're going to do this just as a roundtable and include Jeff into it, like not put you on the spot or grill you about your favorite love songs, but just have you mention some of yours and what we think of them and some of ours and what you think of them. Should be pretty cool. We do have
I'm going to sing my favorites if that's okay.
Oh yeah, that's totally fine.
We would love that.
Yeah, we're
going to do Name That Tune.
Sweet. I should tell you that you're dealing with a couple of youngins here where they sometimes they get a very blank look on their face when I name certain songs or certain artists. So I'll be with you for the whole ride, though. That's for sure. So let's jump into our normal segments real quick here. And the first one we're going to convert a little bit, and it's the one we always start off with.
Music news.
So music news, instead of going around the league and hearing everything that's going on, we're going to convert this to Soto news. And Jeff, what is going on, man? You are always up to something. What do you got going right now?
And I was sweating when this whole COVID thing went down and we were all locked down and they said we can't tour anymore. I'm like, what am I going to do all this time? And eat your words, right?
Yeah.
Be careful what you wish for, because I have been nonstop. I think I stopped counting at like 60 something. I think 70 songs that I've sung, whether it's part of an album, whether I'm just doing backing vocals or doing sessions, since I got home from the tour. What was it? March 4th, I landed.
Yeah.
I landed from Europe, went straight to see Kiss.
60 or 70 songs you said you've sang since then?
Songs, yeah.
Good Lord.
So if you're looking at March 4th until July 4th, let's just go with a 4-month ratio. I think it came out to like a half a song a day, basically. Since I got home from the tour. I had to finish my solo album. I started working on it before the Sons of Apollo tour. I basically sang the whole thing, but I just come off the TSO tour, so my voice was just trash. I got it done as well as I could, and we started rehearsals, and then I hit the road with Sons of Apollo, and even then my voice was trashed. And then I had to come home during the break and fix a couple things vocally before we were heading out to Europe. And I'm just like, oh my God, I need a break, because now we're going to go to Europe and I got to use my voice again for another run. So fortunately and unfortunately, obviously, we only got to 4 shows on the European tour before we decided to pull the plug. And I don't want to pat ourselves in the back, but we were kind of trendsetters. There were only a handful of other artists that said, you know what, screw this, we're going home. Mm-hmm. We saw the writing was on the wall. Especially, we've been around the block a few times. We kind of know danger signs and danger zones when we see them. So we decided to pull the plug, and then that's when the domino effect. Everybody was pulling plugs on tours. Anyway, from that, as I got home, I truly got to just like chill a few days and kind of hunker down and realize that we were going to go into full lockdown. But during that time, I was resting my voice, and that's when I went back and just really dug into my solo album. So that's 11 songs I had to get done. Got that out of the way. And then while I was doing that, I was co-writing songs for my keyboard / second guitar player in the band, Soto. I got him a deal with Frontiers Records, a group called Spectra. And the conditions of that, I had to co-write and co-produce the album with the same guy I did my album with. So I had to write another 11 songs, and I had to sing all those to demo them for him, backing vocals included, because he's basically going to be singing the songs that we wrote for his album.
Oh, that light work.
So while I was doing that, I was getting a couple songs at a time from the Wet project, and I was singing the Wet album. So that's just 3 albums in the course of like 2 months. On that alone, and then you throw in the Hammer to Fall thing, the Brian May All Star thing that we did. I sang on Kip.
Like when you just sing with Brian May.
Another one when Brian and Roger played along with each other for We Are the Champions. That one didn't get as much attention because unfortunately they did it with Adam, and of course Adam's going to get all the hoopla.
Yeah, sure.
So I did that. I did Imagine with my buddy Nathan James. I did the Winger one, Better Days Coming. I was just doing all these quarantine videos all of a sudden and doing some of my own. And then Joel Hoekstra calls me, hey, man, can we do what we did on the first record? I got Russell Allen doing the whole record. If you could just do backing vocals, it'd be great, instead of me doing backing vocals and lead vocals. So I sang another 12 songs for Joel Hoekstra. So that's 4 records in the course of 3 months.
I don't want to brag, but we did some podcast episodes in the time that you were doing that.
Now, you said you did 30 a day. Now we're neck and neck.
We got 30 out in 6 months, I think. Yeah.
Truly has been nonstop. I've been doing a few interviews along the way. And for the most part, I'm a workaholic. I'm known to be a workaholic. That's everybody. My family knows it. Everybody out in the world knows it.
Yeah.
So when I'm home, even when I'm resting, I can't help it. I got to keep the wheel spinning because I don't want to lose the creativity bug. I don't want to lose the everything that got me to this point. Because once I lose that, I start getting lazy. I start, hey, we're going to do a new Sons of Apollo record. Yeah, okay, call me when the music's done.
Right.
I don't want to do that. I always want to be on top of my shit. I want to be moving along with at my own pace, my own speed. And when things start slowing down, I'm already on to the next.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of Sons of Apollo, am I wrong, or did you guys put out not 1 but 2 Beatles covers recently?
Yes, we did. Well, we got this little side thing. We call it Voices of Apollo. Bumblefoot and Mike and I are constantly harmonizing on tour. We're backstage or if we're goofing on the bus, whatever. We always find songs to harmonize with. And Nowhere Man was always the one that sounded the best. When nobody had to guess what notes they were going to sing, everybody just kind of knew their parts and knew their range. And so we decided just to do that as just on a whim. And from that, I got one of these. I was talking about Cameo earlier. Somebody booked me for a cameo and said, if you guys were going to do another one, what would it be? I said, man, I would love to tackle the song Because.
Hell yeah.
And I've always, since I saw the Beatles Love show, the Cirque du Soleil Love show in Vegas, I love the way that this show opens up with the a cappella version of that song.
Yep.
It made me fall in love with that song all over again. I already loved it as it was. But to me, when I heard that, I realized that the instruments were an actual distraction to what a beautiful, haunting, magical song that is.
Absolutely.
So I kind of, on that cameo, I kind of threw the challenge out to the guys, like, hey, guys, I want to do Because. Are you up for it? And they accepted the challenge, and that's why we did that one as well.
Hell yeah. I have Beatles Love on vinyl, and every time I play that and start with Because, people say the same thing you said. I don't think I know this. Like, it's so beautiful. And I'm like, you should hear this version. So when I saw the Sons of Apollo version, I was like, please be like Beatles Love, and it absolutely is. So...
Awesome.
Yeah. And then now this episode is going to come out on Monday. Our listeners will be hearing this on Monday. You are involved in a really cool benefit for David Z, which the listeners will be able to watch the day after this episode comes out. So do you want to talk a little bit about that?
This is what's becoming an annual event. This is the 3rd annual David Z fundraiser. There is a David Z Foundation run by his family and especially his brother Paulie. They were in a band called ZO2 together. The family started this foundation, is very music-based because, as we all know, music programs around the entire country are being cut from schools. There's no funding, et cetera, et cetera. And we all realize how important music is in every factor, whether it's music that you need or hear in movie soundtracks or television, to the songs we listen to on the radio, to everything. Every facet of life needs music. And without music programs, how are we going to get our youth involved in music? How are we going to get them associating their lives with music and the idea of playing an instrument and continuing everything that we love so much? So this program is actually really focused on that. It's something David would have absolutely loved, and his family knows that, and this is one of the reasons why we're doing this. All the money goes towards the David Z Foundation, and as far as we're concerned, it's the anniversary of the day we lost him. So from that, we get to pay tribute, get to pay remembrance, but also celebrate his life, and doing it in this way is the only way for us.
Which is awesome. Like the cause is awesome. The date that it's picked on, the anniversary that we lost David, is great. And
did you see the lineup? Holy moly!
Okay, did I not? Last night you tweeted about this.
I didn't know all those people were involved.
You tweeted about it last night. I want to say around, I don't know, midnight my time or so, and I instantly put it on Facebook and I said, "Holy crap! Look at the lineup involved in this. Like, just for me alone, the guys from King's X." Sweethearts, like awesome, like incredible musicians. Rob Affuso, I love Rob Affuso. What a fantastic drummer. Ricky Rocket. Most of the Sons of Apollo are there. I think
Snyder, absolutely. It's just star packed.
Yeah,
and it's just it really is a tribute and a testament to who and what David was. He had a lot of friends in this business, and a lot of people knew of him. And unfortunately, the majority of people knew of him after his passing. Mm-hmm. It's usually the unfortunate way that somebody gets to learn about somebody else that they should have known about before while they were still alive. But at least we are grateful that we get to continue and share his memory and share his name in something like this. And just to see the love of everybody being a part of it is unbelievable.
Absolutely. I'm giddy about watching that on Tuesday. Like,
looks great.
I can't wait. Even if you were quote unquote younger and you look at the lineup and you say, well, I don't know who, Rob Affuso is or whatever, just the cause. Like if you've bought an album in your life, you owe it to everyone to pay that forward and support the arts and teaching younger people about music and how to, all of us want to know how we're going to dig ourselves out of this hole that we're in with all this transparent music. Like, this is the way, teaching younger kids about it.
This is so important to a lot of us, the whole pay it forward spectrum of what we do. And this is one of the things I wish I had programs or help or somebody kind of holding my hand and leading the way or patting me on the back. A lot of us didn't have that luxury. We only had our own drive, our own ambitions, and our own love for music to get us where we are. And now if we can actually take that and kind of help somebody along that path, especially, I get the question all the time, what kind of advice would you give to young musicians? Everything's changed so much. We grew up with albums and 8-tracks and cassettes. Maybe some of you there, not so much. But
I make the two of them listen to vinyl constantly. So
I own a lot of vinyl.
Physical product in general has just gone by the wayside. Everything's air now. It's all MP3s. It's all streaming. No physical holding and smelling of a product. When you open that album, you pull that vinyl, man, it takes you back. It takes you to another place that doesn't exist anymore. So, of course, it's important for us to share what we experienced, to share everything that we knew and love in music, and kind of force feed it. So it makes the younger generation want to experience that.
Yeah.
As opposed to, I don't need to read the liner notes. I don't care who produced this. I don't care who's playing the triangle in the background. It's cool to know that stuff.
Absolutely. One thing we do, I don't know if Ron told you, but literally, like, you can't see it right now on your camera angle, but we're sitting in the middle of my music haven where I have a ridiculous amount of vinyl, and we have people over every Friday to play records. And one of my favorite things is when a quote unquote younger person, when I catch them looking at that, like the liner notes or the looking at the gatefold on something, there we go.
That's cool. Yeah. That's so cool. An album. It's cool.
Yep.
Is
that a gatefold there? I can't tell.
It's a gatefold, yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yes. No, I think there's something to be said for the whole gatefold, the liner notes, like everything, Right. Jack White had a really good quote about that, about like the ownership of it. Like, you have more reverence for the record. Oh, in a Rice Innersleeve. That's it. That's me being a music nerd. That's a Rice Innersleeve. Hell yes.
It's cool, man. It's something that just can't be replicated with just streaming and playing a song. And here's a trillion songs on an iPad or an iPod. There's no personal connection with it. It's all it is. You're hearing it. It's like here today, gone today. And I think that's as important as the influence of teaching and advancing somebody that wants to get into music. You got to give them all that knowledge to go by. You can. When I sorry to keep cutting you up.
No,
when
go
I was
ahead.
growing up, somebody came to me once. I was in a band called Eyes, and it's before we got signed. I think it was like 1989. It was our attorney actually, and he was shopping the album. It was at the demo stages, and he came up to me one day at one of the meetings, and he goes, "You know what? Your voice reminds me of what Sam Cooke would sound like if he were alive singing hard rock music."
Damn it!
Oh my God!
I remember so many interviews and so many people talking about how Steve Perry had such a huge influence of Sam Cooke.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. If Steve Perry got the Sam Cooke thing, I must have gotten the Sam Cooke thing via Perry.
Sure.
I'm going to bypass Perry and I'm going to go straight to the source. And then I'm like, oh my God, this is where I got all this shit from.
Yeah, sir.
And that is the most important part, the most important lesson in music. Don't just be influenced by the stuff you like and listen to. Go back to the stuff that your influences listen to and were influenced by. You go back to that, and then it makes you want to go back even further. Sam Cooke was influenced by Nat King Cole. You get a whole line of references that led you to the main reason why you're doing what you're doing today.
Yep. Like literally all I can do is agree. Like you guys know.
I totally agree.
I say these exact same things.
Me and Bumblefoot are going to become music professors at some point of our lives.
I will attend that class.
Well, I'm doing one of these master classes. The Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp. That since we're talking about JSS News on Saturday, there's Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp on a note for anybody that doesn't know about it. It's a thing where you can sign up and basically be part of a band that your counselor, your teacher, so to speak, is a rock star. And then that person works your band. You get a lineup of different musicians. They kind of wrangle them and put them in different groups. I've done it a few times where I've come in and I've got 2 guitar players, a drummer, bass player, keyboard player, and a few singers. And then they give you a list of songs. You guys got to learn these songs, and you have 4 days to get them down, get them as good as possible. And on the last 2 days, we're going to perform them live. You have a Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp concert. And then they always have the special guests. It's either Paul Stanley or Rob Halford, Sebastian Bach. They come down to the camp. You jam with them at the camp, and then they come and jam with you at the main event, the last 2 days. We can't do that right now.
Yeah.
So the Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp people came up with something called Masterclass, where we're doing an individual online seminar. I'm going to be doing my own on Saturday. There's still a few openings open. Actually, no, this is going to be, it's already been half.
Yeah. Well, the next one. The next one after.
Man, I did this on Saturday. It was great.
You guys should have been there.
My God. They were just breaking down my screen. So that's another thing that I'm doing that on Saturday. It's the Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp sponsoring Masterclass.
Right on.
That sounds cool.
And this it all harkens back to everything I've said thus far. It gives me a chance to just share my experiences. But these aren't necessarily young students. A lot of these things aren't cheap, and most of them are working class individuals. They can even be corporation owners. Majority of them are quite wealthy because, like I said, this ain't cheap. And when you want to buy into this package, it costs a bundle to get a full package or something.
Sure.
These guys get to live the rock and roll dream that they never got to do when they were growing up. Maybe they played in a band when they were younger. They left it behind. They worked for a living. They worked up the corporate ladder and they became corporate giants. And then they said, man, can you imagine if I got to jam with Dee Snider and Rob Halford and all? It's a dream for them. So this is what the whole incorporation of the Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp is.
Hell yes.
I get to be a counselor for them. I get to do it. I get to sing. I get to share what I do and kind of wrangle them and make them the best that they can be for that week.
That's so rad.
That's awesome.
That's so cool. And then, when this whole thing goes away and we can start doing the camps again, that's got to be an unforgettable experience where someone might pay to get involved in it to say, I'm doing this thing where I hang out with Paul Stanley, but they're going to come away with an amazing appreciation for music that they didn't have before.
Absolutely.
So, okay, to wrap up Soto News, I know you mentioned your solo record. I know I saw on social media that you just shot a video for it. When can we expect the solo record to come out? Do you have a date for that yet?
November 6th. It's. I think the news, the official word of all these things is going to come out. I probably said it before I was supposed to. But that's
Breaking news. Breaking news.
I'm not talking to Rolling Stone here where I have to worry about it knowing that it's coming out. I can do blips and blurbs, but bottom line is November 6th, 2 days after my birthday. And they're going to be dropping singles and things along the way before then. But I'm assuming the main single and video is going to drop the same day as the album.
Right on.
Sweet.
Awesome. Well, that is going to be awesome. There's so much to look forward to. And I feel massively unproductive that I haven't cut anywhere near 70 songs since.
Dude, you ain't going nowhere for a while. You got time.
Yeah.
Very true.
Absolutely.
We got nothing but time.
Absolutely. And I did send you the outline, so you're familiar with these segments that we do. We're going to move on right now to our next segment, which will be very fun to have you involved with. It's an award-winning segment. Our Jammies. Michael Jackson taking us into our Jammy Jams. And for me, I can't believe this, but 2 weeks in a row, it's the same thing. And Jeff, I don't know where you stand on the Sammy and Dave situation, but I have been on a enormous Sammy kick lately, at least for the last 2 weeks, the Sammy era of Van Halen. It's the gift that keeps on giving. It's just such a powerful era of Van Halen. There's so many classic songs. Finish What You Started, Love Walks In, Feel So Good, Pound Cake, Black and Blue. What's that?
Dream, one of my favorites.
Oh, I didn't even put Dreams in my notes. What a jam. It's Summer Nights When It's Love.
One of my favorite Hagar Van Halen era songs is Right Now. I know it's pretentious to choose something that was a single, but every single time I hear the beginning of that song, I get goosebumps. And then when that groove comes in, it's so funky and it's so groovy and it's just pocket. And then Sammy singing his nuts off it. Everything about that song just it makes me crazy.
I'll say I spent a whole lot of time last week with the Van Halen Live Right Here, Right Now, the live record they did with Sammy, and I fell in love with Right Now because of that live record. I never disliked it because it was a single, but for a long time I just was like, if I was going to put on For a Lawful Call now, I'm going to listen to everything else. And in
general, you always kind of skip the singles that you get that you feel sick of hearing on the radio. I mean, if I have to hear Jump and Hot for Teacher in Panama, I lose my mind.
Right.
I mean, we should have a category of songs that we don't want to hear for the rest of our lives.
Right.
I like Panama.
Well, no, we talked about this last week. I was talking last week about the Sammy era. The Sammy era has all these classics, right? But I'm a huge champion of songs like Feelin', Don't Tell Me What Love Can Do, Humans Being, massive songs that people, it's a crime that people don't know that those gems are there. Right. So, and just so you know, every week we make a Spotify playlist of all the songs that we talk about on the show, specifically so we can turn people on to these songs that they need to hear more. So we will not be putting Jump in Panama.
I make the playlist.
They're on every classic rock station 80 times a day.
Yeah, you ain't kidding either. So let's go around the room. Michelle, what are your Jammy Jams this week?
So this week we had in our bonus episodes, we were trying to choose albums between Michael Jackson's Thriller and Prince's Purple Rain. Purple Rain has been everywhere. I turn on the radio and Purple Rain's on. It was on a Love Songs playlist that I put on, trying to get ready for the show. It's been following me around, and it's been in my head constantly, so it's just the whole album, besides Computer Blue. Yeah. But, the whole album has been one I've been jamming to this week. Yeah, it's a masterclass in music making, right? Purple Rain?
I couldn't agree more.
I guess we should get your vote on this for our tournament. If you, gun to your head, if you had to pick between Purple Rain and Thriller, which album are you picking?
Hands down, without even thinking or not even second guessing, it's Purple Rain.
Yeah, that's where we all are.
Yep. Massive Jackson 5 Michael Jackson fan, but Prince to me gets the top prize mainly because he was such an amazing musician, amazing songwriter, amazing producer, performer. He had all those areas covered.
Yep.
Michael Jackson was a great performer, great singer, and obviously he was a songwriter in the sense of coming up with melodies and such. But I have to go with the trifecta. I have to go with the triple, quadruple threat of somebody who could master all these insane things that are necessary to get you to that point. Yep. A great producer gets to that point. A great songwriter gets to that point. A great performer gets to that point. and Prince had all those areas covered.
Yeah, that makes it unanimous. 4 out of 4.
Yeah.
We felt the same way. Kyle, what have you been listening to?
Usually it's all over the board. Well, it still kind of is all over the board. But in preparation for the show, I found myself trying to dig into what I thought were love songs that I'd want to listen to or want other people to listen to. So I ended up listening to a lot of Sade, Desiree.
That's diverse, man.
Yeah. Etta James. I didn't even go onto Spotify and look for a playlist. I literally went to YouTube and was just typing in. I would type in Sade whatever, and then a bunch of her stuff would come up. And I found myself listening to all of it, and I'm like, oh my god,
Sade is no joke.
Oh my god, yeah. So
we
there's a lot of that
on the Instagram page, the Infectious Groove Instagram page. We follow a lot of vinyl collectors, and there's one woman who is always posting her Sade records, and every single time I'm like, damn it, I need more of that.
Yeah.
I always comment on it, and God bless her heart, she's always like, well, you got to start somewhere. I'm like, no, I'm well established, damn it. You don't talk to me like that.
That's Smooth Operator. I'm sure there's another song I know from her, but
Ordinary Love. You would know Ordinary Love.
Oh, that's right. I remember that one. Okay.
Go ahead.
You have to be a fan of her voice and style to really dig in, because again, if you don't know a big line of her catalog, it's not really something you're going to stop and listen to on your own recognizances. You're only going to know what you know, and then you got to really dig into it to actually continue digging into it.
No,
yeah, that's true.
Absolutely. Yep. So, Jeff, joining us for this segment, special guest, what are your Jamie Jams? What have you been listening to lately?
Well, unfortunately, I'm going to be the wah answer. Because I've been so damn busy.
Is it Panama and Jump?
I got to be honest, I've been so damn busy writing, recording, and learning songs and just absorbing so much information. I haven't listened to anything in a while. I haven't had. It's been a few months I've listened to stuff, because everything I'm listening to is stuff I got to learn before I'm actually going to record it. And I'm still right now. I'm working on another project that I was hired a session that I'm co-writing 5 of the songs and I have to sing them. So I can't continue adding to my brain listening to other things. When I get in the car, the last thing I want to do is listen to music. I just throw on Howard Stern and XM, and that's what soothes me away from all the work that I'm doing. But if I got to go with what I've been listening to recently, man, I can't get away from Prince. It's the same thing. One of my favorite albums from Prince is Sign of the Times.
Oh boy,
and that's me.
Oh boy, yes. Go on.
You got a double album. And that thing is so diverse. It's so stupid, up and down, peaks and valleys, hills and streams. It's one of the most diverse albums that he's ever done. And I love and know every single note to every song on that album.
I literally just got done praising this record, yeah.
As much as I love Purple Rain, he matured so much for that record. And you just saw, God, the diversity from the song Sign of the Times to If I Was Your Girlfriend. It's just adore this.
Starfish and Coffee. I Could Never Take the Place of Your Man. I mean,
yeah. Oh, look at you. You know your stuff,
dude. Did you know that there is a special edition of that record coming in September? That's 8 CDs long. It's
made my day.
63 unheard tracks from when he was recording that record.
Oh. See, when the Purple Rain premiere edition, the deluxe edition came out, I either already heard or had a lot of those things already.
Me too. Yeah.
There's other bootlegs. But I didn't get as excited as I thought I was going to be with hearing that stuff. Hearing his version of Sex Shooter and all that. It wasn't as exciting because to me they just sound like either unfinished demos or they sound like the reason why he didn't keep them himself.
Right.
And why they ended up being offshoots for other artists.
Yeah, and they did that with Purple Rain. They, for lack of a better term, they half-assed it. As far as the deluxe edition goes, they made up for it on 1999. They fixed it where they were like, wait, we're going to unearth the good stuff. And the Sign of the Times box set that's coming is in the same vein. We're going to get the good stuff.
Gotcha.
I'm all about it.
So thanks for the news, man. I'm going to be keeping my eye out on that one.
Hell yes. It's been a whole lot of fun so far. We usually go, I don't know, between the two halves about an hour. Have we annoyed the hell out of you, or are you ready to stick with us for the second half of the show, Jeff?
We haven't done an hour yet?
Well, that was Jeff.
It feels like 2 hours already gone by. Jeez, what's going on here? Let's roll, man.
Right on. All right, I'm going to take us to break, and we'll be right back in a second. We're going to get into the whole second half. Will be the whole discussion with us and Jeff about the greatest love songs of all time and our favorite love songs of all time. Should be a whole lot of fun. And if you're a first-time listener, make sure to follow us on Twitter, infectious_pod. Give us a like on Facebook as well at facebook.com/infectiousgroovepod. If you'd like to help support the show, you can do so for as little as $1 a month by going to anchor.fm/infectiousgroovepodcast.
Right on.
We're back. If you are just joining us on the second half of the Infectious Groove podcast, you are in for a treat. We have Jeff Scott Soto with us, who talked a whole lot of Soto news in the first half and things that he's been up to. And if you guessed that he's recorded 50 or less songs prior to the or since the lockdown, you would be severely wrong. He's recorded even more than that. And we have the privilege of Jeff spending time with us talking about what he's up to and music that we're listening to, which is pretty sweet.
It's time for the Infectious Groove Podcast. Main topic of discussion.
So we set this up as our main topic being for this episode, we're going to talk about our favorite and greatest love songs of all time. I feel like some of these are just going to be shooting fish in a barrel. Like we're going to say a certain song and everybody's going to go, oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You know. But there's also, but there's a lot that are unorthodox, you know, that are like songs that one person might look at that and go, I don't see it. Like one that comes to my mind is like He Stopped Loving Her Today by George Jones. Most people might look at that and go, that's not a love song. Oh, it is. You know, that absolutely is a love song, you know. So it all depends on how you look at it, I guess. So let's start over here. We'll put you on the spot to start with, Jeff. If you had to name, I don't know, maybe not your favorite love song of all time, but what when you think love song, what's one of the songs that pops into your mind first?
Again, without thinking, we've already tapped onto Prince. We tapped onto the Sign of the Times album. There's a song that ends that album called Adore.
Oh.
I absolutely adore that song. It number one, it gets me in the mood every time I hear it. I don't want to play it while I'm talking to you though. That'll be completely wrong. But I hear that song. It's just oozing and dripping with sex and love and romance, and I hear that song and it's just perfection. I got a live version of Prince doing it that I think it could be actually better than the studio version.
There's a lot of Prince cuts that are like that. I think I'm always saying to you guys, like if you say, oh, this Prince song, I'm always like, wait, you have to hear this live version.
For
all the
sure.
time.
Yeah. I didn't have Adore on my list. That's a fantastic pick. I put one, again, I think some people might think of this as unorthodox if you really listen to the lyrics, but Nothing Compares to You.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
7 hours and 13
there we
days.
go. Yep. There we go. I mean, just the whole, and of course, I mean, it's about a breakup, but the lyrics are very much like, I can't live without you. And if that ain't love, then, you know, I don't know what is. Kyle, you.
But now let's extend on that. Which version?
Oh, with Beyond the Shadow of a Doubt, the one that shows up on the Prince Hits package that's him and Rosie Gaines.
Rosie Gaines. There you go.
You damn right.
Answer. Nate O'Connor, I was going to jump through my video screen and strangle you.
No. Now, I will say, though, I had the privilege of seeing Prince live 4 times while he was with us. And the last time I saw him was 1 year before he passed here in Detroit. And I have a soundboard recording of that show, and he did Nothing Compares to You. And that version is special to me because at the end of it, while the keyboard refrain is going out, he says, Detroit, you guys have a beautiful city and beautiful people. Please take care of it so I can come see you again. And that's, you know, because he's not able to come back. But the version with Rosie Gaines is the version of Nothing Compares to You.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Even they did a re-release, you know, where they put a video tied to it. I think it was a year and a half ago. And I wasn't crazy about that version compared to the Rosie Gaines live version. Yeah. And when you go back to what I just said, it's live. What he's doing with Rosie's live, you can hear the crowd and
the callback alone. I went to the doctor and guess what he told me? Guess what he tell you?
Yeah.
Perfect.
And I do these acoustic shows with Jason Bieler. Obviously, we haven't done in a while. Jason Bieler from Saigon Kick, and majority of the set is Saigon Kick material. And we do a couple covers that mean something to us. And Nothing Compares to You is one of the songs that we duet on. And he makes a joke. I mean, on purpose, I can't help it when he sings it kind of straight because he's not a gymnastic type of singer. But when I start singing my parts, I kind of go Rosie on him.
Yes.
So
That's
it's
great.
really funny. We end the song and he makes some kind of quip or some kind of witty comment about, and this is why I never like to sing in front of Jeff. You know?
I wouldn't be caught dead singing in front of you.
I'm not trying to show him up. I'm not trying to show off. I can't help it. I love what she does to that song so much. I go there. I'm not even thinking. I probably should just like keep it simple and just kind of I start going Rosie on that song when we do it live.
The way she interprets those lyrics, because before I heard that version, I never even thought of it as a duet. I thought of it as one person sitting back and reflecting, saying, "Oh, I really wish I hadn't screwed up," which is basically what the theme of the song is. And then when you hear her sing it with him, it's the two of them broken up, thinking about how things went wrong.
Right.
Oh, it's crazy.
There's actually there's a song that he did on the Diamonds and Pearls album called Push.
Oh yeah. Go on.
The funny thing is, they're singing harmony or they're singing unison the entire song, but he's singing the high part and singing the low part. But the guy's singing the high part and the woman singing the low part. It shouldn't be. It normally would be, hey, you're the girl, sing the high part.
Sure.
I'm the guy. But he's doing everything in, and she's in she's singing the lower octave from him. It works so great because of the yin and yang that comes out of what those two do for each other.
Yeah, I think Rosie Gaines is one of the most underrated. You always hear about Wendy, you always hear about Lisa,
right.
You always hear about, and deservedly so, but Rosie Gaines is a really underrated part of the Prince history.
Hey, let's let the other guys talk.
I know, I feel so bad. I'm like, but Jeff and I are going to talk about Prince for the next 2 hours.
We're going to have our own little segment.
Yeah,
I did bring up Prince first, so I feel like this is my fault.
This is kind of your fault. Kyle, what you are itching to
he has
say
his hand
some
raised.
songs.
You can't see it, but he has his hand raised.
So I mean I have a giant list, but when someone was like, hey, what's a love song that you could think of right off the top of your head? Chris Isaak's Wicked Game is one of the first things that comes to mind, just because of I always see the video playing in my head because of it's just
the black and white.
It's just super sexual and like. And
you know who does a good metal
and
cover of that? Have you ever heard Him? It's a Finnish metal band.
I know who Him is, but I've never heard the cover of it.
Oh, dude, they do a great metal cover of it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Speaking of metal covers, Jeff over here does. You do you do. It doesn't qualify for this list. I guess it does. But "Give In to Me" by Michael Jackson.
And that's my love for Michael. That's actually our love for Michael because David Z was a huge, and we actually had arguments about this of the whole who's better, who's on top, Michael or Prince. And I would destroy him with all the Prince references. Oh, but Michael, Prince can't dance like Michael. Prince can't. And we would just battle each other. And there was no winner because Dave was, if anything, he was the master debater.
Sure.
That's not wrong. I've been waiting so long to use that.
Well, I'm glad you used it here.
He was the master debater. But he was great with that kind of stuff, and there was never any winning with him. Yeah. There was more frustration. Anybody's in a band with David Z, they know that it's more frustrating. You basically lose the fight by default of frustration alone.
Have you ever heard of that, Michelle?
I have.
But specific to the Michael Jackson Prince thing, I literally, and I mentioned this on another episode, I have a Michael Jackson tattoo on the left side of my left leg and a Prince tattoo on the right side of my left leg. So they're like,
okay, you're a freak.
Yeah,
I gotta go.
Yeah, but if we're gonna get in that discussion, I will make both arguments. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the guy that's like, oh, crap. I'm going to argue both. What else do you got, Kyle?
Oh, man. So there is a part in Romeo and Juliet, the one with Leonardo DiCaprio in it.
Sure.
When he's looking through the fish tank, and that's when the first time he sees her and lays eyes on her. A song by Desiree called "I'm Kissing You" plays.
Okay.
And goddamn, is it the perfect song for that scene? And it gets me every time.
Does it stand on its own?
Yeah. But I don't know who made that decision to put that in that movie because it doesn't go along with the movie at all. But that particular scene.
What was that?
No, I was saying, oh, geez.
Oh, okay. it fits in perfectly into that into that movie.
Love that. I love that. One I had real quick, and I don't think this is going to veer us off too quick, but where it fits in the movie, and you might not think of it as an immediate love song, is "I Have Nothing" by Whitney Houston.
I have that on my list.
Yep. Yeah. Everyone talks about "I Will Always Love You," and you should, but "I Have Nothing."
Yeah. That's a damn jam.
I mean, damn it. Michelle, what do you got for us?
So when we originally talked about it, like the first song that comes into my brain when we talk about love songs is Alas by Etta James. And I know that it's cliche to say like everyone plays that's a wedding song. It's my parents' song, but it's the first song that came into my head when we talked about love songs.
It's not cliche when it's right.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that song.
Like, I mean, have you ever cut that, Jeff? At Last?
That's one I never tapped into that territory. No, I can't say. I've sung it before, just like goofing, or maybe at a karaoke, whatever.
Sure.
But I've never done a cover of it. That's one. Yeah, it's an interesting choice, though. I maybe we could look into something like that.
Oh boy, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
The next one on my list is one I know for sure that you've sang is "Faithfully" by Journey. It's one of those songs that if you shook me awake in the middle of the night and you said, "What's a love song?" I would be like, "Faithfully," you know. And especially with my love of music and what the song's about, you know.
And if we're gonna go into like best love songs and some of the greatest ballads in the world, I mean, I have to give it to that band. I have to give it hands down to Steve Perry when it comes to delivery, when it comes to emotion, and that band for some of the greatest ballady love songs out there. I mean, of course you can say I would absolutely have to throw in "I Want to Know What Love Is" from Foreigner. That fits in that same category. Again, cliche, obvious. And if you want to go deeper and digging into stuff that people go, huh? They look at you like you have three heads when you say certain songs. But Journey is one of those bands I could give you 12 right off the top of my head, just monsters, like they just nail you down to the ground every time you hear them.
Yeah, absolutely. Kyle, what else you got?
Oh, Never Tear Us Apart by NXS.
Oh yeah.
To quote the movie High Fidelity, that's so good it should have been mine. I can't believe that's not on my list.
We're doing this segment completely wrong. We should be next to somebody we can hug while we're talking about all this. You're not doing this right. Like every time, you reach out.
I mean, what a jam!
Yeah,
the perfect song, the perfect writing, and the perfect guy to sing it.
Yes,
like Michael Hutchins delivers that song like nobody else could deliver that song.
The volume goes all the way up when that song comes on every time.
Yep, and as always, I have the studio record and the live album over there because I gotta have people hear both. Michelle, what else you got on your list?
Only Have Eyes for You by the Flamingos.
Oh, for sure.
I only have eyes.
There we go.
I love that song.
What a jam. I almost put that on my list, and I was like, nah, Michelle picked that.
Yep.
For me, I have two oldies. Elvis Presley's rendition of Always on My Mind. I love his rendition. I know Willie's known for it.
Yeah.
But when I'm a big music historian, and when you take into consideration when Elvis cut that with him and Priscilla's history, for him to be singing it the way that he did, is great. Another one, I think this is a little unorthodox. If you talk about Beach Boys and Pet Sounds, most people are going to say God Only Knows. For me, You Still Believe in Me from Pet Sounds. I mean, what a monster love song.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, God Only Knows that gets me every time. You kidding me? Yeah. The version that they did in the that movie Love Actually too.
Oh yeah. I just
For any metalheads out there, or like Black Sabbath or thrash metal people listening to this, you're going to be sorely disappointed. I didn't think Jeff Scott Soto was such a pussy.
No, in all seriousness, if nothing else, I hope they maybe say it's okay to dip their toe in that water. Like everything. Everything doesn't have to be that.
But that's the thing. The era we grew up in, it was kind of wrong to like other genres or to like those kind of things. I mean, if you were a rocker and you wanted to present that to your band, even Journey had a lot of those problems. You hear a lot of these documentaries. There were a lot of fights when somebody sticks. They had too many ballads. The band, that sounds like you're going to Mary Poppins land. There's a lot of infighting because they want to go into ballads and things that that go into other territories.
Yeah.
I think it's great to have the different styles, the different genres, and to tap into things that you can do well. And I one of the biggest pet peeves I had growing up was if you were into Metallica and AC/DC, you couldn't say you were into Duran Duran and Prince and Michael Jackson. If you were into Prince,
you're preaching my language.
And Culture Club and all that kind of stuff, you couldn't say you listened to Van Halen and Bon Jovi. There was a separation. There was a division. It's kind of like the Democrats and Republicans now. There's such a division, and that's how it was with music. You could not cross over. To me, the greatest invention of all time, even though I was talking about how streaming and MP3s kind of destroyed the album and the physical product, the best thing in the world that could happen to music was the fact that you can have a little device that you can hold 1,000 songs. Because back in the day when we used to go on tour and you had a CD magazine, you had to choose your favorite 12 albums that you know you're not going to get sick of on a tour. You're going to be gone for a month and you have 12 albums. That's all you can listen to. Well, I want to bring ABBA and I want to bring Slayer. Yeah. Can you imagine somebody opening your CD magazine and seeing Neil Diamond, and then they turn the next page and it's Testament? It's not going to work.
Right.
So you kind of felt like you had to fit into whatever category or genre of people you were hanging out with. Nowadays, you try to open up my phone and see what I'm listening to. You could have Burt Bacharach in there if you want to, and you can have Lamb of God in there at the same time.
Yeah. These guys know we go together places all the time, and I always have to have my phone paired to the thing because I'll be like, I need to hear this song right now, and that's a great convenience to have whatever you want on tap. And I got to throw in
before we end this segment. I got to throw a last minute.
We got a ways to go. If you're up for it, we got a ways to go.
One of my, because I did say adore, and it's not fair. One of this song I absolutely love since a child, and I love it still today. Leo Sayer. When I need just close my eyes and I love this song.
Yeah, that is a damn jam.
Yeah.
Jam.
To circle back real quick, you literally mentioned in the same breath Van Halen and Culture Club, and I very much remember going to a Kmart with my family, and we all went to the end cap, and my brother bought Van Halen 1984 because it was a new release, and I bought Culture Club Color by Numbers, and I remember my brother being just flat out like, you can't listen to my Van Halen album because you bought that Culture Club record, and I was just like, and I have two Culture Club songs on mine. One, everyone will know. One, I don't think anyone will know. But one is Time Clock of the Heart. Culture Club doing a Motown type thing. Oh, what a jam. And then the other, I don't think anybody will know this, but there's a song by Culture Club called I Just Want to Be Loved. And it's literally Boy George. It's much later in the tenure. It's from like 1999, I think. But it's just Boy George being like, I don't want any of the drama anymore. Like, I just want a simple love. Mm-hmm. It's a very basic, very cool love song. So I've got some classics. I'm gonna veer out of the.
You're feeling verklempt. I think you need some time out.
When it comes, there's actually two songs on that record. I Just Want to Be Loved, and then there's a much more in-depth emotional song called Strange Voodoo by Culture Club. That one, you put that on, and I absolutely will need a moment. I will need a moment. Kyle, what else do you got?
How do you feel about Cruisin' by Smokey Robinson?
Oh yeah. Well, how do I feel about anything by Smokey Robinson?
Yeah, that song specifically. It's like summertime, and I can like see myself riding in a car with my arm around, in the drop
Your
top.
Arm around who?
I was you, but I was.
Your arm around whomever follows Michelle.
My arm around a lady, in a convertible, cruising down Woodward like that. Like I can just see it, and I can feel it when I listen to that song.
Yeah.
It's I love that song.
Do you have any Smokey favorites, Jeff?
Well, Tears of a Clown is certainly Smokey Robinson, The Miracles. I mean, he has so many. That's probably my all-time favorite from him, though.
I second that emotion.
I just love the melody, that whole
killer. Michelle, what else you got?
I have Beyond by Leon Bridges.
Oh, a new one. That is such a great cut. Have you heard much Leon Bridges?
I don't even know who this is.
Brother, you need to check this out. Okay, so Leon Bridges, his first record is very, very Sam Cooke. It could be another Sam Cooke record.
Oh, done.
So the second album is a little bit more evolved sound, and this song Beyond, I would be surprised if you listen to the song Beyond. I'll be surprised if in 30 seconds you don't love the song.
Wow,
like, it's that good.
Well, see, you learned something new.
Yeah, there you go. I promise I'm going back to more mainstream choices, but I got two more that I think are a little bit unorthodox. Is by Michael Jackson, Speechless and Butterflies.
Oh yeah,
No.
Butterflies.
They're both off the Invincible record.
Yeah.
Just
sounds you make when you say when you think about certain songs. It's I need a fucking moment. I need some time out. It's like, hang on a second, I'll be right back.
Oh god!
I'm gonna take that as a compliment. So let's see. I'll start going through the old standards here in a minute. What else you got, Kyle?
I did put "Moments in Love" by Art of Noise on my.
That's unorthodox as hell.
It is, yeah. Right? It is a mood making song.
a procreation number.
Yes. It absolutely is.
Michelle, what do you got up next?
Make You Feel My Love, but I really love the Adele version.
Do you have a favorite version of To Make You Feel My Love, Jeff?
Well, I don't know what song that is.
Oh, you do.
The Adele version. Yeah, okay. That one. That's the
Bob Dylan.
Who wrote? Dylan. I know Bob Dylan wrote it, but who had the version before Adele?
Garth Brooks.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, Michelle and I argue about that all the time.
I love Adele's voice so much. I got to give it to the way she sells that song. It's just monstrous.
I heard it first, so like I heard her version before I heard anybody else's, and it's just it speaks to me. Yeah, and I don't discount anybody else's, but that version just speaks to my soul.
Yeah. And that's the problem when you really lock into something that just talks to your soul. It's kind of hard for somebody else to come in and say, "Hey, what about me?"
Yeah,
agreed. There have been songs that I've covered. I'm like, why am I doing this? I can't even come close to the original.
All right, let's maybe go around one more time. Cool, because we're on here. Jeff has been extremely generous with his time. So, geez, I don't even know what to pick for my last ones. Alone by Heart, I think, is just, and that might be one, Jeff, like you said, like anybody who sits down that's going to sing alone, like you're never going to do as well as Ann did on that. Like,
just stop right now.
Yeah, like you're never gonna. And then the only I'm gonna leave my choices on a really obscure Elvis choice that I hope more people listen to. Elvis has a beautiful song called Just Pretend that he was doing live around like 70, 71, and it's a gorgeous love song that no one knows, and so hopefully us talking about it and me putting it on the playlist will help. It's almost a gospel love song. It's hard to describe. Kyle, what do you got?
I think this is not my last choice, but we have to mention Unchained Melody.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Have you ever cut that, Jeff? Have you ever cut Unchained Melody?
I've never done. No, that's another one that I love just kind of doing and never just putting down for anybody to hear. It's just
it's one you love to sing but don't want to be judged on.
Well, how do you beat the Righteous Brothers version?
Yeah,
it's really, and I've heard some great versions, but that one just takes the prize.
Absolutely. Do you got another one you want to stick in there?
Yeah, it's untouchable territory as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, so for sure.
My last, it's a twofer, but I'm just mentioning it because I don't think that anyone listening has ever heard of this group, and I want them to go listen to it.
Sure.
The band's name is Skin Town.
Okay.
The song is Slidin' and Tonight. Two different songs, but it's off the only record that they have.
Okay.
And they have two records. It's off their first record. But you just need to go listen to it because it'll put you in the mood.
Right.
Let's leave it at that.
It'll put you in the mood.
Yes.
Michelle, do you got one or two more to knock out here?
I can just do it with one.
Oh, whoa!
Here we go.
One song.
It's also a cliche one, but I couldn't not mention it. But Can't Help Falling in Love.
Elvis Aaron Presley.
Yeah, that song just. I came on the radio the other day, actually, and I was just like, oh, my God, I need to write this on my list, and I love this song so much, and I just got so excited. So
his vocal on that is, you know, when you hear it, you're like, oh, well, that's why everyone likes Elvis.
Oh, yeah.
It was amazing. It is amazing.
The last one that I had on my list, and I pretty sure you've cut this, Jeff, is Drive by the Cars.
I did a quarantine version of it recently, actually.
It's one of 70. But again, people might not look at that and go, oh, that's a love song, but it really is when you listen to the lyrics.
I love this song. Love it, love it, love it.
Right on. I don't even know what to say. First things first, Jeff, I got to tell you, it has been everything I could do not to pull a Chris Farley on this entire interview. Just be like, do you remember when you... that was awesome. You know?
He's been trying really hard not to do that.
Yeah.
Like, he's been talking himself down all day, so I can attest to that.
I kind of wish you had... Just because now we really know each other. I mean, we're talking about love songs now. We're a lot closer than we were an hour ago, my friend. Now it would have really meant something if you went Chris Farley on me.
You're right. right on. Well, I can't tell you enough how much we appreciate your time, man. I know you're so crazy busy during this quarantine. Like people might sit around and go, well, what are they doing if they're not touring? Well, this is what they're doing.
Yes, and you've been very cool and amazing to talk to us, and we very much appreciate you taking the time out. It's been a lot of fun. It's been great.
That's what I love. These kind of things are more fun than, okay, so tell us about the new album. Where did you record it? What's this song about? What's the process? You get so humdrum with the same information, the same questions. This is more like we're hanging out at your place and just talking shop and pulling out records and, hey, what about this one? And this is fun, man. This is a lot of fun.
Great.
Awesome.
That's the goal here. So I'm glad that it feels that way.
Yep. So,
and I wish I could actually, because obviously we're talking here and we're all the same volume speaking to each other. But since I can only see Russ, it would have been nice to be able to look at each other while we're doing all of this.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And we be able to hear you guys.
Next time.
Yeah, but if you only got to look at one of us, though.
Obviously, it's you.
I'm going to be honest with you. You got the best of them.
I got to watch you getting all verklempt and
Absolutely.
Lucky you.
I'm gonna take us to the end of this, Jeff. We'll chat with you in just 1 second. Hold on 1 second. And I'll take us out. Thank you so much for listening. Without music, life would be a mistake. Bye.
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 The Infectious Groove podcast is hosted by Russ Robinson, Kyle Wimple, and Michelle Koselecki. Produced and edited by Russ Robinson. Intro and outro music composed by Chris Kimmel. Opening credits read by Stacey Robinson. Recorded with a Rode Podcaster Pro and Rode Pod mics.